A pair of FBI whistleblowers testifying to Congress about FBI Director Christopher Wray and the weaponization of the two-tier justice system here in America that they claim is protecting President Joe Biden and his son Hunter.
Yeah, one of those FBI whistleblowers, Stephen Friend, said that his decision to become a whistleblower has cost him his security clearance as well as damaged his ability to seek other employment. And it comes as the DOJ says that U.S. Attorney for Delaware, David Weiss, will testify at a public hearing sometime in September or October.
Joining us now to discuss that is Stephen Friend, FBI whistleblower, also a senior fellow at Center for Renewing America, and Garret O'Boyle, another FBI whistleblower who has come forward to testify in front of Congress. Gentlemen, good to see you both.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we talk about what it takes to come forward, and the risks you take, and without people coming forward and whistleblowers, we wouldn't know a lot of what we know now, including those folks from the IRS. But it was a whistleblower with the 1023. They gave it to Senator Grassley. That broke last week. And as the National Review writes, Congress should continue aggressively demanding answers and documents from DOJ, FBI, IRS, and be prepared to take action against uncooperative officials. That said, with the fear of retaliation, do you think people are going to continue to come forward? Because it does sound like we're not going to see any special prosecutors in this case. It really is whistleblowers who are the ones breaking open some of these major cases. Stephen, I'll ask you first.
Well, I'm hopeful that they will. I mean, we took our oath. We received the training that we did in the FBI Academy, and I'm assuming it's the same for other law enforcement agencies within the federal government. And when you take that oath, it's incumbent on you to protect the Constitution. You don't swear an allegiance to the agency itself. And the takeaway for me after having testified was the support that we got, the overwhelming support from the public at large, where we were able to set up a give, send, go account to support individuals like Garret, like Marcus Allen, who were left out in the cold by the FBI. And there's a war chest left behind. So if anybody wants to do the right thing, we're going to be there to support them. And we're going to be doing the work that the American people set us to Washington to do.
I mean, it's not, it's just not just whistleblowing. I mean, these are raising to possible impeachment inquiries when we have a sitting president who some say want to know financial transactions. Could he be compromised? I mean, this is sort of a duty not just to your oath, but to the nation, Garret, some say.
Absolutely. It is a duty to the nation. And that's why people like me and Steve came forward as whistleblowers. And, we've been lambasted by the legacy media for doing what we've done. And we've been called so-called whistleblowers and malcontents. And so it's smear campaigns like that make it even harder for more people to come forward. But, I've said before that courage and fear are two of the most emotions that are most contagious. And so hopefully when people see Steve and me and Kyle Seraphin and Marcus Allen and other whistleblowers who've come forward, now we have this SSA, retired SSA, who brought the 1023 forward or who was confirming what the IRS whistleblowers testified about. And then we have the 1023 that was brought forward by a whistleblower to Chuck Grassley. I think there are plenty of people in the federal government and in these law enforcement agencies that do have that courage, and they're bolstered by people like us when they see us carrying on with our lives, and then when they see the outpouring of support, like Steve mentioned, with the give, send, go. So hopefully people will continue to come forward. It's the only thing we can do to try to save this nation. We have to stand true to our oath.
Well, Stephen, speaking of courage, we had Vivek Ramaswamy on earlier, who talks about courage being contagious. He's also called for the FBI to be shut down. So should it? I mean, that would obviously impact a lot of people. He talked about how some of those folks could go to the U.S. Marshals, other law enforcement agencies. But there's been a lot of calls to shut down the FBI. What do you think about that?
I agree with that sentiment, but my fear is that within the halls of power in Congress, there's not going to be a political appetite for that, which is why I put out a column this week on the Federalist where I addressed the concerns. And I said that it may be the hybrid model that we could use. We're going to disarm the FBI, remove the guns from the FBI, make them an unarmed bureau of investigations like they were historically, and then through appropriations force them to get the permission of local agencies to conduct investigations, and we're going to federally deputize these sheriff's deputies and police officers so that they can effect an arrest, and that sort of establishes a bulwark at the local level to protect these communities from politicized FBI. So I think that could be a nice hybrid model that's going to allow the Republicans who do hold the power of the purse strings to avoid the label of being a defund the police political party. And at the same time, I think we'll improve the actual operations of the FBI because there are so many good detectives and law enforcement professionals around the country who are doing the work at their local level.
What about moving it out of D.C. as some have posed? 30 seconds, Garret, final thought to you.
I think it's an absolutely outstanding idea. Part of the problem with the FBI and many of these federal agencies is the people who like to rise through the ranks and at any cost. They like that lifestyle. They like that swamp life and that mentality there. So yes, by all means, get it out of D.C., take it somewhere else. Huntsville has been offered up, Alabama, as a possible location. The FBI has a tremendous facility there already. It could absolutely house a new headquarters.
Two FBI whistleblowers joining us with some thoughts on improving the agency there and also exposing some of the corruption. Stephen Friend, Garret O'Boyle, thank you so much, gentlemen. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
You too.
Thank you. You too.